a confession from a profession that has taken a cross-section of the population and stationed barriers disguised as bridges, walls fatigued as halls meant for improved learning, turning children away from home, all the while foam fingers raised in praise of parents and family. You see, it all began in the beginning. Since world went spinning, God was calling his people to follow the hollowness of a broken humanity filled with loving presence in the context of the family. Set apart for a loving in a world filled with shoving, his people could be found as something other, as fathers and mothers, sisters and brothers, grandfathers and grandmothers talked along the road, sowed seeds across the generations, shared designations made by those long ago, that anyone in their family would always know which way their journey would go. Fast forward, and an industrial revolution brought with it an evolution in our approach to education. No longer would our nation be filled with uneven chances for success, allowing only the best to survive, but all would thrive as the hive swarmed and all facets warmed to new models and approaches. And parents were no longer coaches, but told to cheerlead, sidelined and deceived into letting the professionals do it, to get their kids through it. And we knew it was the right thing after all, and it didn't seem like our call. Just like the fall, we were so easily an apple was shared, ensnared by the same premise that blemished were the hands of mom and dad. If only they had what they'd need, the church quick to intercede on their behalf and take on extra staff to teach what children weren't taught in schools, like Holy Spirit and golden rules, and parents made to feel like fools who should drop their kids off with us. The bus came round and broke new ground, and we found full classrooms and named it success. But we'd lost the best source of God's love, forgot that it was enough. In the church's hurry to be the answer, we'd reframed the question. Instead of a transformed life, we'd made it about the lessons. And blessings came by the grace of God, for he can use talking donkeys. But everything went wonky and we weren't sure the reason. But today we purposefully enter a new season, a recovering of old, where parents boldly spoke God's words of old over their kids, outspeaking the bids of the world vying for their attention. And did we mention the power of a family made new creation, as churches across the nation recognize our place once again, to offer space and grace for families running the race together, to gather after weeks spent following Jesus in the home, to examine fruit from seeds sown, and to own his kingdom as mission, beyond simply wishing things would improve, but moving and mobilizing as homes and churches together, tethering generations to one another, recovering intergenerational life in a world filled with strife and ways that go beyond education, peace through the madness and chaos of a world unmoored. The Lord brings order and welcome through family. And finally, we see what makes this church unique. As our culture paints a bleak picture of what may come, our entire week has become much more than an hour, and the power released has greased the wheels for kingdom proclamation across generations, spreading good news of lives transformed. And the new norm is not to conform to patterns of the old, as kingdom unfolds in living rooms and porches and torches, light shining with love for all mankind. We weaken the vines tied by a darkness that has already lost, recognizing Jesus paid the cost, not for us to simply sit in a pew, but to be set free completely within family as creation's made